What's up, guys? My name is Erin.
I'm Denver.
And welcome to Popcorn Palace. So, my name is Erin, and I currently live in Toledo, Ohio. I went to school here. I've lived here for the past 6 years. Well, that's not true. I lived in Pittsburgh in 2018, but we don't talk about that. What else? I went to the University of Toledo. I graduated in 2016. I've been working at a clothing company for the last 3 years almost. I'm currently engaged, getting married soon.
Her fiance's name is T Daddy Fat Stacks.
It's Travis. His name is Travis.
No, it's T Daddy Fat Stacks.
You can call him that if you want.
Is that enough about you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm Denver. We said that already, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I also live in Toledo. I also go to the University of Toledo. I started in 2016, which is where we met.
In our sorority, Chi Omega.
Yeah, Chi Omega. We've been dating for... I'm just kidding. Yeah, our sorority Chi Omega that I'm good. No longer in. Let's see. We're both from Michigan. We're basically the same person, is what we're saying.
Yes.
So that's the start. This podcast.
I had this idea for this podcast while I was living in Pittsburgh, but I had no friends there, so nothing materialized out of it.
Right.
And I came home, and I knew immediately when I got here that Denver would be the perfect person to do this with, just because we have the same personality. Mm-hmm. And we're both very into movies and TV shows.
Yeah, that's essentially all we talk about.
Yeah.
So
the thing about me is that I haven't seen a lot of movies or TV shows, but I read about everything. Yeah. So I pretty much know everything that happens and everything, and I know everything about everyone.
Yeah. So this podcast is about movies, TV shows. We just watch them, or we talk about them,
and we dissect them, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. And that's what this is going to be. So welcome to Popcorn Palace. Okay, so our first movie we watched is In the Tall Grass. It's on Netflix. It is, what is his name? Stephen King? Wow.
Yes, and Joe Hill.
Who's
it was
that?
A collaboration.
Oh, okay.
A book together.
Clearly I didn't do my research. Anyway, so Stephen King and Joe Hill book. Mm-hmm. They made it into a movie on Netflix. And
it's a novella.
Oh, novella, sorry. We decided that in the spirit of Halloween, or however you say it, Erin, go ahead.
Halloween.
Yep, not correct. We should watch a scary movie to start off our podcast.
Yeah, it wasn't that scary.
I mean, it wasn't, no.
No.
It wasn't scary.
Mm-mm.
It's just not,
no.
Like, not My Little Pony, so that's what I decided was scary.
So if you're considering watching it...
Well, it's a Stephen King
and you don't
thing, so.
Like scary movies, I would just watch it anyways. Because it is not that scary.
I mean, yeah. It's not, like, jumpy or anything.
Yeah, and also if you're interested in reading the book, it's only 100 pages long. So, you should do that also.
So set aside 10 minutes and...
Even if you're not an avid reader, you should still read it because, again, it's only 100 pages long.
So anyone can do it.
Apparently that's what a novella is. I had to look it up because I wasn't sure what it was, but it's longer than a short story and shorter than a novel.
Yeah.
So, that's what it is.
That makes sense. Yep, my Apple Watch is talking. Okay. What's happening with it? All right.
I don't know.
So I guess we can get into it.
I don't know how to use it.
Just put it on.
Yeah,
Look at it.
I just wear it, and sometimes people text me.
Oh, mine's dying, so that's fine. Anyway, all right. So let's get into the movie.
Okay.
In the Tall Grass. That's what it's called.
Touch on your notes first, because I feel like you have a lot more than I do.
Oh, I have much more.
Yeah, did you even watch it?
That's what I was thinking when I was watching it. I was like, I'm writing way too much.
I know. Sometimes it's hard for me to follow because I kept writing things
I had
down.
to rewind. I had to rewind it like a million times.
Okay.
My notes are more of just like what my brain was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, I should talk about this. You know, it's like, my first note is, I was eating when Becky threw up. So.
That's so gross.
So yeah, I mean, that was fun.
Yeah, great.
That was like the first 5 minutes of the movie. And
that was probably crazy disgusting for you.
I'm pretty sure I was eating like oatmeal too. So. Just
so a
throw
food
up
that
texture
essentially
food.
looks like throw up.
Yeah,
Great.
so that's good.
Great.
Um,
Just a quick pause. Was there anything in your oatmeal?
no. I don't think it was... Well, it's not oatmeal. It's like granola and almond milk.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to know if you put like any fruits in your oatmeal or something. I just wanted to know.
Okay.
Okay, keep talking.
Okay, so the first thing that I saw... So they... for those who haven't seen the movie, they stop on the side of the road. It's this girl, Becky.
Oh,
as I
by
said.
the way, spoiler alert.
Oh, well,
Okay,
yeah. I
keep
mean,
talking.
This whole thing is spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this if you...
If you want to
Wanna
watch the
watch
movie, which, yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, so Becky and her brother Cal, they are driving. Becky's pregnant, and they stop on the side of the road. All right, stop on the side of the road.
She just does that to lay down.
And there,
She's fine.
Aaron's dog is scratching the carpet.
She just does it to lay down. It's for one second.
So anyway, they stop on the side of the road. There's this tall grass, shocker, and there's this like boy yelling, like "Help me" or something like that.
In the grass.
Yeah, in the grass. And then they look at the grass, and only some of it is moving. Only some of it was moving. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Don't go in. Seems
Actually,
simple. Seems like simple math.
Okay, in my notes, I actually wrote down, why would they not call 911 immediately?
You're already outside of the grass. Your phone works. Call 911. Instead, they go in the only sometimes moving grass. So that was cool. Not only did they go in, but Cal, the brother.
This note says 911 before the grass, question mark? Okay, keep talking.
Cal goes and parks their car and is like, yeah, Becky, go ahead. The pregnant woman. Go with her, dude. He's like, yeah, you go. I'll meet you there. In this only sometimes moving grass. Great brother. Like him a lot. He's
Okay,
a
but
great
in a
character.
real life situation, yeah, whatever. In a real life situation, you just wouldn't go into grass that tall anyways because, I mean, you are for sure going to get lost.
Absolutely.
Yes, 100%. I mean, not just because there's a little boy in there, but you're going to get lost. I mean, you can see from the road that grass was like literally 10 miles long. I mean, you can't see that because you can't see 10 miles. But you can tell. I'm just saying, you can tell that grass was so far away from them.
Also, another note I have is that the road is like right by where the kid is yelling. Like the kid isn't that far. Like in the grass. So he's not lost. Like he can get out. Like he's not that far in.
Yeah,
he's yelling from like 2 feet in the grass.
He obviously knows.
Like that's where the voice sounds like it's
Maybe
coming
he
from,
doesn't
at
know.
least.
Actually, now that I said that out loud. I was going to say he obviously knows where the road is because he's yelling to people at the road, but maybe
No,
he's
he
not.
knows.
He's just yelling in general.
So
I
like
think.
all of it is what we're saying is the whole like first 10 minutes is a terrible setup to the movie. Like just don't go in and call 911 and go with her. Don't let her go in alone.
Just don't go in.
And also the kid.
You don't have to go with her because
you
you're
don't
just
have
not
to
going to go in.
And also the kid knows where the road is. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, he knew for sure.
So that's good. So yeah, they get in the grass for some stupid reason, which is the whole reason this movie is a thing. Yeah, their phones have no service, which shocker on that one. What? You can't do predictable things if you're gonna make a scary movie. Like just let their phones work. I don't know. It's just cheesy sometimes when things like that happen.
Also, aren't the cell phone towers?
Sorry.
Towers. That happens a lot. Aren't the cell phone towers very close to the grass? Just out of curiosity, because they're on the side of the road, which is next to the grass.
That's true. So
Okay.
yeah.
Great.
Oh, and the brother Cal left his glasses in the car. He was wearing them in the car and then left them there.
Yeah, he was like, "Let me take them off real quick," and then walks
I
in
don't
the
need
grass.
these. What do I need these for?
Yep. I just need him to see, but it's cool.
Yeah.
No big deal. I also need mine to see. So, and I wear them all the time.
I need this to see, but not today.
Not in the tall grass. 20/20 vision in the tall grass.
Yeah, so that's just.
Yeah, that's what Cal thinks, apparently. I understand that movies are, like, unrealistic, but, you know,
Well, yeah.
that's why we're here.
So then they get in. They're walking in, trying to find this boy. What's his name again?
Tobin.
Oh, yeah, Tobin. So they're trying to find this boy. And then, like, once they're in there and, you know, like, talking to him and, like, where are you at and all this stuff, there's, like, 6 other voices as soon as they're in there. And I'm like, well, yeah. Like, there was way too many voices to keep track of. Off the bat. Right off the bat. There was, like, Tobin. Tobin's dad. Tobin's mom. I don't know why there were so many people.
I forgot his mom's name. Ross is the dad, obviously. What's the mom's name?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
No idea. She was like not
Her character
important.
was only in the movie for like 5 minutes.
She was one of the least important characters in the movie, so it's
Let me
not a
see.
big deal.
About to look it up.
About to look it up.
I forgot her name, but his dad's name is Ross, who I only say that because he's a very important character.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
The dad. So his dad. Well, I guess we're just saying his. Tobin's dad.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Tobin's dad is played by
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson.
Who? Oh God, I was so excited to talk about this.
Okay, go ahead.
Who is coined literally my favorite term of all time as a scream king. I love that. If I were an actress, that's what I would want to be, a scream queen. Do you know what that is?
Like you're in scary movies.
Yeah, you're pretty much only. Yeah.
He's got to be like the creepiest guy on earth, like in real life. He always plays okay, if you don't know who Patrick Wilson is, he's like the dad in The Conjuring
And Insidious.
He's literally in all of those movies. No, he's not the dad in The Conjuring. He's the dad in Insidious. Sorry. But yeah, he's in all those like movies and.
Natalie, sorry, I just found it. Her name is Natalie.
Oh, the Tobin's mom.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, he's that guy, and he's just got to be like the creepiest guy on earth, like outside of the movies, obviously, like in real life. If he only plays the creepiest characters.
Yeah, but I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis only plays the creepious.
Have you ever seen Freaky Friday?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I like always forget that she's in that movie.
Are you serious?
I always forget. But she's like considered a scream queen because she was in the original Halloween movies.
Oh really?
Yeah, she was like.
I'm sorry. Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween.
That's not how you say that word.
Yeah, she was in those original movies. So.
Oh,
I can't wait till we watch that movie and then you talk about how I say it wrong the whole time.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's gonna be great.
Okay, so there's so they're trying to find this kid, Tobin, as we've said, and they're or no, they're trying to find each other because then the brother and sister, the brother and sister, by the way, are like grown adults. They're not like kids. They're like grown adults, and they're in the grass trying to find this kid, and then they can't find each other. So then she starts saying these poems. These creepy, I should have wrote down what the poem was, but they were just like super creepy, and I was like, those are going to be creepy at some point. And, spoiler, they were. They did get creepy, so that was good. Real creepy at the end. Do you know what I'm talking about? Well, I guess we'll get there. It's fine.
You jumping to the end?
Yeah. Just, so about the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird.
It's a weird.
It wasn't my favorite.
The movie. It wasn't her favorite. I liked it a lot.
Jump to it.
Well, Erin also thinks that Andy Samberg is the hottest man.
Oh
on
my
Earth.
God.
So I don't think her opinion is really valid at this point.
I do think Andy Samberg is the hottest man on earth, other than my fiance, of course. But yeah.
Oh, T Daddy Fat Stacks?
Yeah. Yes.
No, I think Andy Samberg, and I'm sure most of the people who are listening to this would agree.
Okay, but
He's absolutely not the hottest man.
We're
on
so
Earth.
off track, but that's okay because I'm going to talk about this anyways. So, okay, he wasn't really hot like in his earlier stages. So Hot Rod, no thanks, not great, not great, and Hot Rod, not that hot. But once he got to That's My Boy with Adam Sandler, dude, come on.
Hottest man on earth is strong.
Who do you think the hottest man on earth is? I always forget.
Like, there's a lot of other like hotter ones. Wow, what's his name? Jesse Williams from like Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my God, I'm so over that. Literally everyone thinks that guy's hot.
His beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah.
You also think Blake Lively is not the hottest woman to ever live.
Yeah, I said that, but
That's not
I didn't
true.
say that she's not pretty.
Okay, well anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that your opinion is null
My
and
opinion
void.
doesn't matter because I think Andy Samberg is the hottest person alive. Okay, whatever. He's so hot.
Okay, so back to the movie. Are you just putting your notes away? We're just not talking about the movie anymore?
Yeah, I'm
She
pouting.
just tucked her notes under her leg.
I'm pouting. No, I'm getting it back out.
Okay, so she's pregnant, right? The whole time, I was sure she was going to have this baby, like, at the most inconvenient of times. Like, they're going to be looking for, these people are going to be almost there, and she's going to be like, I'm having the baby right now. We have to stop in the middle.
Well, I like thought the whole time that she wasn't gonna have the baby because she was only 6 months pregnant.
Yeah, that too. But like, I was like,
And then
it's
the whole
coming
movie,
out.
she acted like she was having it the whole time, so I was so confused.
Every like 2 seconds, she was like, super dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the baby thing was unnecessary.
I wrote prediction. Nothing happens to Becky. That was my prediction for the whole movie.
Just Becky's just
Yeah.
a side character that doesn't matter.
Which, in a way, I wasn't wrong.
Well, a lot of things happen to Becky.
In a way.
Poor Becky.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things happen to her, but I mean, like, she doesn't die. That's what I essentially wrote.
Oh, and then, so they're looking for each other, right? Well, I guess we're just jumping all over the place. But they're looking for each other in the grass.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, I want to watch this movie with headphones on to, like, hear where the voices are coming from. Because when Becky and Cal are looking for each other, there's, like, 6 of each of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to hear, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
how cool would that be to, like, listen to it with headphones and hear, like, where the, like, you know, be
Mhm.
confused with them, I guess.
What do you mean there were 6 of each of them?
Like, when he's like, Becky, and she's like, Cal, and then he turns there, and then she's like, Cal, and she's like, you know, they're, like, the voices are coming from all different directions because
Oh.
the grass is, like, confusing
Oh,
them.
yeah.
So the grass is moving the voices around.
Uh-huh.
So I think that, like, if you watched it with headphones, because I could tell on my TV that it was actually, like,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Yes.
I think, you gonna say it?
Yes.
That wasn't words. You was supposed to say it?
I still said yes.
Yes. Then there's a dead dog at some point, which is like very Stephen King.
Oh, okay. I just read a note about that. So, Cal's like on the ground, and somehow, amongst this very long, like the pieces of grass have to be like at least 2 inches big.
Yeah.
And
that's
then, thick. So very thick grass and very long. Somehow on the ground, Cal sees 1 drop of blood and then
Oh,
finds
really?
the dead dog.
Oh, I didn't see
Did you
that.
not notice that?
No, I didn't notice that. That's weird,
He
though.
just looks over and he's like, oh, look at that 1 drop of blood.
It's also like dirt, or like mud underneath the grass. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the grass is in mud, so how did
Yeah.
he just, like...
Well, he was
Pinpoint.
he was like on the ground, and then the dog was on the ground, obviously, because it was dead. And he just looked over and he's like, what's that over there? Oh, a 1 single drop of blood. And I'm like, dude, how? How did he see that?
He also doesn't have his glasses on. So.
Oh, perfect. I completely forgot about that little detail. No, he doesn't have his glasses on, so how in God's name did he see that little drop of blood?
I have
And then
no
he goes
idea.
through the grass and he's like, oh my God, there's a dead dog here. I'm like, I still don't understand. How you found that?
I just still don't get how we got to this conclusion.
Yep.
Dude.
Oh, okay. Did you see that part? Oh,
No,
never mind.
no.
You haven't started talking about him yet. It's fine.
Who? Tobin?
Travis. No, Travis.
Oh, yeah. We're not even at Travis yet. Well, we're about to be at Travis, I guess. So this kid. Okay, so Tobin, they find... Well, yeah. Which one finds him? I don't remember.
What?
Tobin.
Oh, Cal.
Cal. Okay, yeah, so they find the kid. And if, like, as soon as you see this kid, like, he's got to be dead.
This podcast is going to be very confusing for you unless you watch the movie, so please watch before you listen to this.
Well, yeah, I mean, or don't.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
listen
or
to
don't. I didn't like it, so you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. But anyways,
Yeah, it's like...
Denver,
not
like,
serious.
really liked it, so
I did
whatever.
really like it. But, I like, picking it apart, I can see the cheesy parts.
My
and, like,
Travis also said it was the worst movie he's ever seen, but it's fine.
Okay. No, so anyway, this kid is, like, the most dead kid that you could see, and he's still like, well, let's find your parents. Like, no, this kid's dead. That's a zombie. Didn't he look like a zombie to you? Tobin. We're back to Tobin.
Yes, I understand who you're
Okay.
talking about. I'm just thinking. He didn't really look like a zombie to me. Also, why do you think that he was dead?
Because he looked dead. He was, like, all pale and
But he could move.
sweaty, and he looked... Well, yeah, but, like Scary Movie dead, where they're still walking around like a ghost.
I thought he told Cal, though, that the grass doesn't move dead things.
Oh.
So if he was dead, he wouldn't be moving.
Interesting. Okay.
That's why they all met up at that one spot, because the person was
spot.
dead. Can't remember.
Like, they're talking about it in, like, cryptic, because we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, no, it was Freddy, the dog. The second Freddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you open your book?
Yes. What do
She's
you
sitting
want?
here, like, with her notes closed, just waiting for me to say things.
Well, because I'm waiting to say this thing about Travis.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Travis. Okay, so Travis is the
Not her fiance, but in the
not my fiance. My fiance's name is also Travis, but Travis in the movie. He is like the father of Becky's child, which you find out. Not really. I actually had to read that.
Yeah, you don't.
To know
they
that.
don't really. Like,
they like
say
literally
it
never talk
exclusively.
about that. They like say it like, oh, I don't know why you're dating him, like blah 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 blah, and they never ever say that he's the father of Becky's dad.
No, they
Or
kinda
the
hate
father of Becky's dad. I meant to say baby.
They
The
never
father
say
of
that
Becky's
he's
baby.
Becky's grandfather.
But they're the same age. Wild. Anyways. Yeah, so they don't really talk about that. But do you remember that scene where he first gets into the grass to look for Becky and Cal? He comes looking for Becky and Cal because apparently Becky and Cal have been missing for 2 months. Which, in the movie time, it only seems like they've been missing for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And they tell him that too. They're like, we've only been gone for 2 days. And he's like, you've been gone for like 2 months.
Because well, it's super weird. Like,
This whole movie is on a time loop.
yeah, basically everything keeps happening over and over again.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps dying and, like, then coming back. So, like, the first Becky and Cal get there, and then they, like, die, and then Travis shows up 2 months later to find them, and then, like, right after that, like, literally, like, 30 minutes after he gets in the grass, they show up again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, like, 2 months after they were supposed to be there the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really weird.
Yeah, it's like a whole time loop.
Yeah.
So, do you remember that scene though? I don't know. I don't even know, because I don't know if you noticed this or not. But Travis gets into the grass and he like looks up and he goes, and he sees something.
Yeah.
Travis and I both
Oh, I had to watch it
asked.
3 times.
Travis
was
and I both
hoping-
asked, what is he looking at?
I was hoping you had to do that. I was hoping you asked me that because I watched it 3 times and I figured it out. Because he's walking the first time and he sees the sun,
Uh-huh.
and then he keeps walking and then he looks back up again and the sun is behind him.
Okay,
So
that's
it turns
that's
him
what I
around.
thought maybe it was, but then I wasn't sure.
The
And I
grass
was like,
essentially just turned him around.
That just seems so trivial. I don't know if that's what it is or
No,
not.
that's what it is.
Okay,
I had to
okay.
watch it like a million times
Okay.
and I like studied the sun.
That's
it's like
what-
very clearly there and then it's very clearly behind
Okay,
him.
that's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure.
That's what it is.
Okay, perfect. I was right then.
Yeah. Perfect. I was right. Thanks. So annoying. I have this. Are we like?
You know what
Are
What?
we cussing on this podcast? Well, I'm going to. Well, because this note says, "Fuck this rock. That's a bad news rock."
No, that was a funny one.
So there's a. Well, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I do enjoy the simplicity of this movie, though. There's only like 7 characters, which is awesome, I think. And then, and the fact that the whole movie is just in some grass, I think that's great.
just in some grass.
I sound like I'm being sarcastic, but I really am not. I enjoy the simplicity of this movie.
I mean, yeah, it's.
That was probably my favorite part.
But it's even though it's like only 7 characters, it's still not that easy to follow.
Yeah. So I have this affliction that when I watch scary movies, I read about them
Mm-hmm.
on their Wikipedia page. So while I'm watching them, I don't get scared because I know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was reading it, I actually figured out that they were stuck in a time loop. Of course, Travis is sitting next to me and he doesn't figure that out. So he's very confused.
Very obvious.
The whole time he's watching it. Very confused. But I discovered that they're in a time loop, so it was easier for me to understand. So maybe that's why I thought the movie was really simple too, because it was easy for me to follow. However, Travis, I don't think the simplicity of that movie was something that he loved because it was not simple for him. So.
Well, I mean, like, once they show up again, once Cal and Becky show up again, and Travis is like, what? You just left, like, you've been gone for 2 months. Then it's, like, obvious that it's a time loop.
Uh-huh.
That they've already been there, and Travis is looking, was looking
For
for them,
Becky,
and now
yeah.
it's looped back, and they've showed up again.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense. So, I mean, I don't know what Travis's problem is, but...
In the preview, I was actually really excited to see that scene where Travis, the movie character, like, got into the grass, and, like, because in the preview, it shows Becky, and she's talking to him, and she's like, how did you get here before us? And I was actually really excited to learn that, which now it makes so much more sense, obviously.
You're like, how is this...
Yeah.
How's that possible? Yeah.
So I'm glad that I know.
That was really interesting. Like, that was, like, a really interesting...
I watched the preview several times before I watched the movie, just so I could get, like, psyched up, because I thought it was going to be really scary. It wasn't.
Oh, I didn't think it was going to be scary. That's the flaw.
You know what the craziest part was, too? Maybe it's because I read the Wikipedia page, but the craziest part, too, was... Oh, what's that word? It wasn't... Suspenseful. That's the word I was trying to think of. There was no suspense to this movie.
I see.
So, I wasn't on the edge of my seat.
I have a note here that says, the sun moved. Moved is in all caps. So I guess I wanted to talk about that, too.
Yeah, well, you did.
Also, right above that, it says, I think it's her baby daddy. The things I was writing.
Good. You guessed right.
So yeah, where's the rock thing? Oh, so I had a lot of theories when I was watching it, like right at the beginning, like basically up until the point where like Travis shows up, and they show up, and then Cal and Becky show up again. I had a lot of theories. It was like, well, like the kid's dead was kind of a theory, I guess, but whatever. And then like, I thought she might have been like hallucinating the whole thing, and something was going on with the baby. You know, like the baby was like possessed and like making her hallucinate these things, because that's a classic movie move. Like your baby's making you all weird.
That's my next note.
No.
I wrote down Becky's fetus scene ×2.
Becky's fetus.
Because she had 2 of the fetus scenes.
Also, like, if they're just like right next to each other the whole time, and it's just like making them think that they're literally miles apart, but they're standing like as close as we are, which is -2 inches. And let's see.
The only reason we were sitting so close together is because my microphone did not work.
Doesn't work. Bought it yesterday, doesn't work.
Yeah, good. This is good.
And I thought the church was creepy. So there's a church like right across from where, like, they all stopped.
Yeah, which is where the hole in the grass is.
Yeah, it's like everything happens right, like everything starts right there. And there's a church right across it, which is interesting because that church is creepy, and I knew it. It ends up being, I mean, not a huge part of the movie, but it's in there. It's a part of it, I guess. Travis is like the MVP of this movie.
Yeah, I would definitely
he seems
say...
like kind of like, oh, he's just gonna make this more difficult because he's like, I don't know.
It's weird because you see Becky and Cal throughout the whole... This drives my Travis nuts when I say stuff like this, because he always thinks the first person you see in the movie is the main character. No. I've tried to tell him before that's not how that works. He's like, oh, that was the first person, main character.
No.
Like, he thinks, what's that one guy's name from The League? Mark Duplass's character. I forget what his name is. But he thinks that he's, like, the main character. I'm like, dude, Kevin and Jenny are obviously the main characters in The League.
I don't know.
He's like, no, because you see Mark Duplass's character first. I don't
think Kevin and Jenny are the main characters.
Who do you think is the main character?
I think that Ruxin.
Oh, well, Nick Kroll's character is amazing.
Yeah.
He's the best character, for sure. But anyways, so I explained to Travis, like, no, it's not the first person that you see. So, Becky and Cal are actually the people that you see the most in the movie is centered around Becky's, like, baby and around her. But I actually think Travis is the main character. Yeah, me too. For sure.
Travis is, like, super important in this movie.
Yeah. He also doesn't come into the movie until like 40 minutes into it. But I still think that he's the main character.
If he hadn't come, they would have never, nothing would have ever been resolved.
That brings me to another note. You know, Travis is not in the book.
What?
Yeah.
So you're telling me that we've just decided in the past 2 minutes that Travis is the main character of the movie,
and he's
not in the book.
He's the only character that's not in the book.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, they just made that character up for the movie.
Nice.
Which is probably why he's the main character.
Well, yeah, because
so
add in. You
also might think that Patrick Wilson's character Ross is the main character, but he's not. He's like the villain.
No, he's not. He's
So
a villain, but he's more of a main character than Becky or Cal. The main character between Becky and Cal is Becky's baby.
Becky and Cal are basically useless.
Just the only
just
reason they're
100% useless.
Yeah. No, but Travis is the MVP because he comes in, he goes into the grass to find. He's not like they're not calling out for him or anything. Like at this point, it's been 2 months and they're dead, technically.
Mhm.
But they're gonna come back in a second, which is weird.
Yeah.
But we've explained that. But
Cause there's.
So he's like going. He just goes in the grass and looks for them because he sees it and it's like creepy, obviously. So he's like, let's check this out.
Yeah.
And he's like tying the grass, which is genius.
Yeah, so he can see what
That is
spots he's been in.
Yeah, that is so smart. And
Yeah.
then it unties itself.
Yeah, because it's evil.
So that's cool.
Yeah, great. Evil
I
grass.
literally wrote, this guy is a genius, the grass thing, but I don't think it's going to work. And then the next thing is, then it unties itself.
Travis was going, wow, that's such a good idea. And then there was like the part where the grass untied itself and he was like, oh, just real disappointed.
I was like rooting for him. Oh.
Oh, that was my phone. Sorry.
Oh, and then the kid, Tobin, is like, you really don't remember me? Like to Travis, he's like, you really don't remember me? And that, like, that's before you like really figure out that it's like a time loop and all this stuff, and I was so confused. I was about to turn it off. I was like, I don't get it. This movie's too confusing. I'm lost. Because he meets Tobin before Cal and Becky come back.
Yeah.
So, like, Tobin's like, hi, Travis, like, you don't remember me? And, like, all this stuff. He's like, what? Who are you?
Yeah.
Who's this kid in grass right now? Who am I meeting in grass?
Who, at this point, Travis still thinks there's a way to get out of the grass.
Oh.
Which there is.
He's mistaken.
But
Not for him.
it's not a great way.
Yeah. So.
Except for the hole. But, you know.
Yeah. Let's see what else. What's next? We've kind of bounced around a lot. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
right,
think
though.
we're hitting all the points.
Yeah.
So.
Let me see. Oh, fun fact for you. You know that James Marsden was originally supposed to be cast to play Ross? Do you know who James Marsden is?
Yeah, I do know who James Marsden is.
He's like the love interest in 27 Dresses. Also, Amy Adams' love interest in Enchanted.
Enchanted, yeah, I was going to say that. He was supposed to play who?
Ross. Yeah, a.k.a. the villain.
Well, I guess we should talk about Rock.
Ross?
No, Ross, yeah, because
Yeah.
he's important to this, too. Like, him
Yeah.
and Travis are very important in this movie. So,
well, you should talk about The Rock first, since you said that.
oh, yeah, I did say about
You
the
said
rock.
rock instead of Ross, but you should actually talk about that, too.
So there's this rock. It's, like, in the middle. Oh, so he says it later on in the movie. It's, like, the rock is placed in the, like, dead center of America.
Uh-huh.
It's, so that's, I don't know. I just thought that
Which
was
it's in
interesting.
Kansas.
So I don't really think.
Is Kansas in the dead center of America?
Let's look up a map. I don't know.
I don't know
I feel
either.
like.
Just type in
probably.
what is the center of America.
Oh.
Is it Topeka?
Is it Topeka, perchance? Oh yeah, Kansas is right in the middle. Wow, we should. Okay.
Okay, wait. I'm still looking it up.
Anyway, so yeah, so there's this rock. It's like, it's not just like a pebble. Like it's big. It's like bigger than all of them. And it's like one of those weird, it like vibrates and stuff and makes you see things when you touch it. Like it's one of those rocks, like a beacon, I guess I would say. So it's like kind of important. It's really confusing about like what the rock, like what the importance of the rock is, but it essentially just like controls the grass and everything, and like that's why the grass is creepy, because there's this rock there. That's really it. Like it's not a huge deal. It's
So-
just there.
Yeah, so when you touch the rock, it makes you know how to get out of the grass, but it makes you never want to leave.
So
That's
that's
a trade-off.
cool. So that's fun.
What do they say in Once Upon a Time? Have you seen Once Upon a Time?
Like the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say, like, magic comes with a price.
Oh yeah, something like
That's,
that.
like, exactly how that is.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like the rock isn't that interesting. I think it's meant to be more interesting than it is.
Yeah.
Like it's meant to be like, whoa, this rock, whoa, that's crazy. But it's not. It's like, oh, there's a rock and it makes them. Okay, that explains it.
Oh, that actually raises another question for me.
Hmm.
So, Travis touches the rock. so he knows how to get out. But he doesn't want to leave, but he lets Tobin get out.
Yeah, because he's like, you don't have to stay, but I'm gonna. Because he knows that he's, if he tries to leave, this is like the end of the end of the movie. So, all this stuff goes down. We don't really need to talk about all the details, but all this stuff goes down. And there's like a time loop, and like it's just basically them trying to get out of the grass for an hour and a half. But
hour 45 minutes. That'll never
Travis,
get back. It's okay.
Travis figures out, like, that if he touches the rock, he'll figure out how to get out. So he touches the rock, and he figures out how to get out. But I think it's just that he knows that, like, if he can leave, but he's not gonna want to go. But why does everyone have to be dragged down with him?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not deep enough into it at that point, like, because he had just touched the rock. So I think that it wasn't deep enough at that point that he was like, everyone has to stay with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was like, let me just let them go now, and then I'll stay, and then it'll like take me over, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of one of those things. So basically, he touches the rock, and
has all the knowledge.
Has all the knowledge, and he just like.
Of the grass.
Essentially just picks Tobin up and moves him like a foot to the right, and then like
he's out.
Yeah,
of the grass.
Of the grass.
I think that he could like control the grass though, because remember after Ross touched the rock, he could make the grass stop swaying in the wind.
Yeah.
So I think that he just moved Tobin like a foot, and he was just out of the grass because Travis made it that way.
Yeah, I think he kind of like gained control of the whole thing. So, okay, so back to Ross. Because we've talked about Ross a lot, and we haven't, like, actually talked about Ross. So, Ross is Tobin's dad. I know we said that.
Mm-hmm.
And what?
He's,
Natalie
like, normal.
Yeah, he's, like, normal from, like, half the movie.
When they get into the grass.
Yeah.
He's, like, just a normal dad.
They find... So, he comes in... I don't know about, like, early on, but, like, kind of, like, sort of toward the beginning. When the first Cal and Becky are in the grass, and they, are hearing Tobin, and then Cal finds Tobin, and then Becky finds Ross, I think. He's like, yeah, I'm Tobin's dad, so he's normal, but you can tell he's creepy. But I think that's just because I know he's creepy. I think that's just because I know who he is, and that he's the dad in Insidious, and he's creepy.
Which, by the way, he's considered a scream king and stuff, but this is the first role I've seen Patrick Wilson in where he's the villain. Every other role he's being like, I feel like he's...
Well, he kind of got creepy and Insidious, but he was, like, possessed at a point.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I guess he's kind of possessed here, too, though.
True, but...
Because if he wouldn't have touched the rock, he wouldn't have behaved that way.
That's true. Yeah, so he is scary. Well, not scary, but, like, he touches the rock and is, like, basically just trying to keep everybody there and...
kill them.
Yeah, kill them.
He's trying to kill them.
Like, over and over again.
He's trying to kill all of them.
Basically. So that's really weird.
Can we just talk about the simplicity of that as well? How simple-minded this movie was. Just, if you touch a rock, good to go. You're the evil villain now. All you have to do is touch a rock. That's it.
Oh, you know what was also weird about the time loop thing? Is that Travis gets to the church. He, like, parks at the church first and goes in. But he stops at the church because he sees Becky and Cal's car. So he goes in the church, and then he goes in the grass right across from the church. And then Becky and Cal show up. So that was weird that the car's still there. You know? Like, why wouldn't the car have not... Like, that's weird. That seems like an oversight, maybe. But I guess, I mean, it would have to be there if he's going to stop at the church, because why? That's the only reason he stopped. But the car's still there, and then they show up, like, 10 minutes later in their car. And then Cal goes and parks the car at the church. So where's the first car?
Okay, so I
just
think that...
there.
Okay, I had to put my thoughts together for a second while you were talking. I think that... Oh my... I'm, like, still putting my thoughts together. So I think that... They're just in a time loop in the grass. So technically, the car wouldn't have been parked there. You know, like when... What's her name? Oh my god, what's the main character's name? Or the other one? Becky, thank you. When Becky and Cal, like, pulled up to the grass, the car wouldn't have been there. Because Becky and Cal aren't stuck in the time loop at that period of time. That's just a past Becky and Cal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, past Becky and Cal parked the car at the church. Travis saw past Becky and Cal's car at the church. and then he goes in the grass, and then new Becky and Cal show up.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
park
saying.
the new car, but the old car isn't there anymore. But
Yeah.
it's like 10. That's like 10 minutes apart. Where'd the car go?
Because
10
new
minutes.
Becky and Cal aren't stuck inside of the time loop.
Oh.
So they don't see the first car.
it's
They're
different-
only in the time loop in the grass. So
Right,
when
but then-
Travis comes, like, pulls up to the car, that's the car that was there from the first Becky and Cal. That,
So Travis is in the same time as first Becky. and
yes,
Cal.
yes,
But then
yes.
when they get in the grass, they're all in the same time.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
And it's
okay,
just
that
a
makes
time
sense.
loop. Yes.
That's kind
yeah.
of cool.
They're
That's,
only in the time loop in the grass.
that's kind of interesting. I kinda
On
like
the
that.
outside, there's just technically multiple of them because they're in different periods of time.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So
I like that.
it's like when you watch like a past, like a Back to the Future type thing where you go back in time and you can still
Yeah.
see those people. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's
that makes
because,
sense,
you
it's
know,
like
time
different,
is-
what is that called? Like different. I keep thinking of the word time zones. Like, you know, when you're in Eastern time zone and I'm in Central and I see you in the past. Like, that's not what I mean. I don't mean time zones.
you mean.
I mean like. Oh, I don't know. Like.
And I can see you in the
I
past.
can see you in the Central time zone, but you can't see me because I'm in Eastern.
That's
That
like on
hasn't happened yet.
December 31st, and people say, "See you next year."
Ew, I hate that.
For January 1st.
I hate that. When, like, I don't know.
There was a
I just
guy
don't like it.
that I worked with in Pittsburgh that I worked there like over New Year's, and he would always say, "See you next year," like a few days before that.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Gross.
Okay.
It's corny.
He was cool though, so
I
it's
have a note
actually
in
pretty
here
funny.
that starts with ope. That's so Midwestern. I typed out the word ope.
Do you want to know something?
purpose.
Is that I've lived in the Midwest my entire life and I've never said that word.
There's no way.
Never. I say Halloween, but I don't say ope.
I say Halloween, but I don't say ope.
No.
Well, I
What,
wrote
ope?
it. Not only do
Is
I
that
say
how you say it? Ope.
when you're like bumping into somebody, you're like,
Oh, never mind. I for sure said that.
Oh.
You just wrote it. So weird.
I wrote it O-P-E. Ope. Oh,
I know, but I don't know why I thought like ope is how like you would say it. Oh yeah, I've definitely got ope.
Okay, so
Or-
weird.
yeah, I think I do that to Winnie like all the time. She is passed out, dude.
Oh, that's cute.
She's perfect.
Winnie
Winnie is my Shih Tzu, my 1-year-old Shih Tzu. She's perfect.
Yeah, so I wrote ope. There's the poem. Creepy as fuck.
It's a limerick, by the way.
It is?
Yeah.
Why do you know that?
Because I looked
'cause
it
you
up.
read the book.
I
did
only read the
much more
first 5
research than
pages
I
of the
did.
book, so because I was reading it before I had to go to work, and remember Travis kept talking to me this morning, and then I couldn't read the book. I love him with all of my heart. Every single fiber of my body loves him so much, but oh my god, he
But
just
dude.
kept talking to me this morning. He would not let me read the book. And then I was like trying to take notes about this movie, and I was like trying to watch interviews with the cast, and he just kept talking to me. I kept having to pause it. I was like, can you like go play video games or something for just a few minutes?
Oh, so...
You just did it. You just said, oh.
Oh. Oh, so, I wrote that the creepy sequence, the baby sequence, where there's, like, grass in her womb, seems super unnecessary.
They talk about that on the Wikipedia page, like how the grass goes up into like her cervix or whatever, and
That's
yeah,
so gross.
that's basically like how the baby like gets possessed or whatever. I don't even know.
I don't even think the baby got possessed. It just got,
No, but you know
it
what
just
I
got
mean.
eaten.
Yeah.
She ate her baby.
But she didn't know.
Yeah, but she ate her baby.
Yeah, it's still very weird.
Cal,
Very, very weird.
so her brother ends up feeding her baby. So don't watch the movie is what I'm telling you. You don't need to watch
Here,
it.
I'll just say that again. Feeding her baby. It's really gross. I just wanted to say it again so
She
you knew how
eats it
gross
in
it
little
was.
bits, like little chicken nuggets. So that's good.
Yeah, but the baby, just so everyone knows, the baby was also premature, so it was incredibly small. Like when Cal showed it to her, it's like not the normal size of a baby.
He was like, "Here's your baby," and
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
the size of his pinky.
It was like 3 months premature.
Yeah.
In the book, she like, it said that she miscarried it.
Really?
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense because she like had it. So I think she just had like a stillborn baby that was or premature.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, still don't feed it to your sister. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, please don't.
Still unnecessary.
Yeah. Still totally unnecessary.
So what are your thoughts on Cal wanting to...
Oh, I thought you were just going to stop after Cal. I was like, unnecessary.
What are your thoughts on Cal? No, what are your thoughts
Irrelevant.
on, like, Travis's... What are your thoughts on, like, Travis thinking that Cal...
is in love with Becky?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's definitely there, but I don't think that it was touched on very much, so I think that accusation came out of midair. Also, I actually wrote this down in my notebook. Also, can we... Not to be, like, critical of the filmmakers and all the directors out there, because you obviously do this more than I do, but can we just stop putting accusation scenes in every movie that we make? Because, wow, was that scene hard for me to watch.
Like...
Because it was so annoying.
Like, when Travis is, like...
Yep, when he's, like,
Cal.
yelling at Cal, and then Cal's, like, yelling at Travis, and then Becky's like, oh my god, I'm the victim, please stop. And, God, can we just stop with those scenes?
Also...
I am so over the accusation scenes.
There was a scene, like, right after... they get out of the grass, kind of, at one point, without, like, before Travis does the whole thing where he, like, lets Tobin leave.
Mm-hmm.
They, like, just get kind of out of the grass to this, like broken down bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
And they, like, you know, are trying to be safe because they're running away from Ross, the creepy, like, villain guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so they get in there, and they get out, and then, like, Becky's just randomly angry at everybody. She's like, that wasn't necessary. Like, she's just mad the whole time, for no reason. She's cranky.
Yeah, she's super cranky, and I don't know if it's because she's about to have her baby every 5 seconds or what, but she's super cranky. She'd be, like, walking in the grass and be like,
every 10
like,
minutes, I was like, oh, here it comes.
I'm like, is this the scene? I just woke up, Winnie. I'm sorry, baby. Is this the scene where she's gonna have her baby or what? Yeah, I'm just, like, super tired of the accusation scenes.
Yeah, it was
They
pretty
do
unnecessary.
I started to get tired of it, because, you know, I just watched all 4 Scream movies last week in, like, one day.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah,
and
but those
they do it at
accusation scenes are necessary, because they're right every time.
What?
Like, the accusation scenes in Scream, when they're like,
You mean at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's necessary.
Yeah, they're, like, revealing them. Yeah, right, they're, like,
That's
revealing
fine.
themselves.
But the one in
But I
this
think
movie was
that's,
unnecessary.
like, the part where, because they do it at the end of every Scream movie. They have, like, an accusation scene. And I feel like that's kind of where I was starting to draw the line. When I was, like, when they did it in the first scene, or in the first movie, and Billy was like, well, your dad had sex, or your mom had sex with my dad, and that's why our family isn't together anymore. And she's like, what are you talking about? I was
Scream?
like, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still talking about In the Tall Grass.
No,
I was like,
and
who's Billy?
No. No, I'm talking about Scream. And I'm like, God, this scene is just too much. And then in the second movie, I might be getting the second and the third. No, movie confused. Yeah, I am. Oh, in the third movie.
Sort yourself out.
I know. When they, like, find out who it is. Oh, no, in the second movie, yeah, when they're on the stage, and Billy's mom is
Scream
like,
now, by the way.
well, you killed my son. But, and I'm like, God, frick, we're having another accusation scene right now? Like,
so when it happens in the Tall Grass, you're already over it.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm good.
yeah.
I don't care now.
I just watched all 4 Scream movies, and they do it at the end of all 4.
Also, like I said, the ones in Scream are, like, semi-necessary because it reveals who
Right,
actually
right.
is doing it. The one in the Tall Grass, not necessary. Basically, he's just like, Cal's like, I don't like you, and
Because you
Travis is like,
impregnated my sister.
yeah, and Travis is like, you don't like me because you wanted to impregnate your sister.
Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly.
And then they move on.
Exactly.
Like, it's so unnecessary.
That's exactly what it was like.
It creates, like, a weird dynamic that doesn't,
Yeah.
like,
It was,
matter for
and
the
that
plot.
scene, like, completely came out of left field. Like, the incest thing, dude, total left field.
It was not, like, hinted at
They
all
were just
before
really
that.
good friends.
And then he's like, you want to have sex with your sister.
Yeah, and it's like,
And you're
dude,
like,
what?
since when?
Like, I thought they were just, like, brother and sister that were, like, really good friends.
So, like, brother and sister, like,
that probably would have
you
made
know?
way more sense if I would have continued to read the book.
That's true.
But yeah, I was like, dude, I thought they were just, like, good friends, and now you're, like, accusing him of wanting to do her. Like, I don't get it.
Do her.
I don't get it.
For those listening, Aaron is rated PG.
I'm incredibly PG.
I'm rated, like, R.
A lot.
I'm rated a lot.
I'm incredibly PG.
Yeah, we're very similar but very different. She's PG. I'm R. She's straight. I'm gay. Lots of things.
Things that are very different. But other than that, other than like the PG rated R straight gay thing, we're the same person. Yeah, we're the same person. Yeah.
We like most of the same things, except for this movie. I like the movie, even though I've been like bashing on it the whole time. When I watched it, I liked it, but now that I'm like actually.
Now that you've said that, I'm confused about whether or not you like it.
Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I thought I liked it, but now that I'm actually talking about it, I'm like, no, that's kind of corny.
It was after I talked about the accusation scene, wasn't it?
No, that would have been a funnier joke if it was in the tall corn. I would have been like, it's kind of corny, haha, but it's not. Well, it's Popcorn Palace, so it's still funny.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyway, let me see.
Also, Popcorn Palace. Can we just talk about how good of a name that is?
I came up with that out of my brain.
Yep. And you want to know why it's good? Is because alliterations mean everything.
I don't really...
Everything.
I might be stupid, but I don't know what alliteration
Alliteration is when you have two words that start with the same letter. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Maybe it's not. Did you look it up?
Alliteration. The occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words.
Okay,
good for
that's
you.
exactly what I just said.
The alliteration of Sweet Bird Sang. Sweet Sang.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Alliterations are everything.
Gotcha.
So.
That's it. That's all I have for the movie.
Okay,
I know you have more.
Oh, well, yeah. So we didn't talk about Ross really at all.
We didn't. Like, it's hard to talk about because he doesn't...
His characters just... All of the characters are just so useless in their own ways. So...
I just hated this movie so much, so I don't want to be talking.
So, I feel weird that, like, the first movie that we watched for this was one that I disliked. Anyways. So, Ross is like the villain, and he basically just runs around and tries to kill everyone, which sucks for them. Because it's a time loop, so those same people keep coming into the grass over and over and over and over again, and Ross is just killing and killing and killing and killing them.
It's really cool. Including his wife and son.
Yeah, yeah. He kills them over and
Natalie,
over and over again.
It is not necessary.
Which we didn't touch on Ross. Does he just kill himself over and over and over again? Did you think about that at all?
Oh.
I thought about that last night.
No, I think it's just... Oh.
Because they would continue to come into the grass.
I don't like that.
So, I guess Ross would have to be killing himself over and over and over again.
Which is super creepy.
I just had to think about it for a second. Yeah, I think that's...
I kind of want to watch the movie again, but, I mean, we're not going to talk about it again.
I can't hear myself anymore.
Oh, that's fine. You don't need to.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. So, yeah.
But yeah.
And then Travis saves Tobin, which is great at the end.
Oh, yeah.
And they find that abandoned bowling alley, that's where they find the hole. The hole is basically, so they find this parking lot with this abandoned bowling alley, and then this huge, like, big patch of the tall grass, and they basically, your laptop's not charging.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, okay. And so, yeah, they see the dog, Freddy, because, there are multiple Freddy dogs because multiple of the same people come into the...
Yeah.
I almost said the woods.
Oh, Freddy is Tobin's dog, by the way.
Yeah, it's their, like, family dog. And that's how they actually get into the grass, is because they're across the street at the church, and Freddy the dog runs into...
I thought I saw an ambulance.
Oh, no. And
we're getting super distracted.
I know. And Freddy the dog runs into the grass. So Tobin goes in after him, and then naturally his parents go in after him, and that's how they all get in the grass.
Right. Yeah,
but so they see Freddy at the bowling alley because they're on the roof, which is in kind of a parking lot inside the grass. And they see Freddy run out of the bowling alley and into this tall patch of grass. And then they see Freddy on the road because they can see the road from the bowling alley that's in the middle of the grass, the road that they're trying to get to. But if they go back into the tall grass, they're going to get lost again because that's just how the grass works. But Freddy somehow finds this hole of tall grass. So they try to get to the hole, and then Becky gets all mad at Cal because she thinks that he killed Travis and, like, all this shit.
Which he tried to. Cause,
Yeah, I mean, he tried to,
So
yeah.
Travis is falling off, like, the top, the roof of the building. Because you go on the roof, because Ross is, like, he finds the bowling alley and is, like, trying to, like, get them.
Yeah.
So they go on the top, on the roof, on the top. Dude, why do I keep saying that? They go on the roof of the bowling alley, and Travis is falling off, and Cal, like,
Let's go.
He
just lets him go.
So that's why she thinks that. However.
So, so they try to get to this patch of grass, but then they end up back in the tall grass because Becky just wants to be away from Cal. And then, then just all this stuff goes down where Becky's taken by these like, grass people.
Oh,
and,
that
do you
was
remember
unnecessary.
that? Yeah.
Like,
By these grass people, which is the first time we're seeing this, also.
And the last time. The
Yeah.
first and last.
And they didn't talk about it at all.
They had, like, grass faces, and they didn't say anything else.
Didn't talk about it.
That was, like, the end of Becky.
Yeah. So this might sound confusing to you. That's because it is.
If it sounds like we're just saying things that don't go together and should not be a movie.
That's because they don't.
And it isn't. It isn't a movie. Don't watch it.
So,
today we're going to talk about In the Tall Grass, a movie that's not on Netflix and shouldn't exist.
So, yeah. And then they never get to the hole. But then Becky and Cal both die. But then, you know, Travis saves Tobin. And Tobin...
Big toe.
So this is what I read online, basically, to explain the ending. Which I already got the ending, but I kind of just wanted it explained to confirm. So, basically, Travis touches the rock. He gets all the knowledge. Oh.
Okay.
I can hear myself again.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. So, basically...
Oh.
Dude, what just happened?
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to stop touching
So,
that.
Denver almost just electrocuted herself, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So, we, see Travis touch the rock, and then he basically lifts Tobin out of the grass onto, you know, the outside of the grass, which somehow Travis, with his magical grass powers, puts Tobin in the church across the street. So then, I just choked on my spit a little bit.
Ew.
Sorry. So then, Tobin, is in the church across the street, and it's actually perfect timing because he comes out of the church, and it's right when a new Becky and a new Cal are about to go into the grass. So Tobin is no longer in the time loop because he's not in the grass anymore. So he runs up to Becky and Cal, and he's like, don't go in the grass. Like, Travis told me not to tell you not to go in the grass. And he gives a necklace to Becky that Travis gave to him. And she's like, oh, my God, where did you get this? And he's like, Travis gave it to me. She's like, how do you know him? And he's like, because he's, like, in the grass, and he's, like, telling me to tell you not to go in. And she's like, Cal, don't go in the grass. Like, we can't go there. And then she's like, get in the car. We'll take you to the Topeka police station. And then they get in the car and they drive away. So technically, Travis and Tobin both break the time loop. And then Travis dies. So
Poor
there's
Travis.
there's no more time loop
Like
anymore.
I said, Travis is MVP.
And all the people in the grass are dead.
Yeah,
Except
dies.
for, Ross is dead too because Becky killed him
Mhm.
with Travis's necklace. She stabs him with it.
So that's good.
Yeah.
But,
so,
I mean, yeah, Travis figures it all out. I mean, everyone dies, which is...
except for Tobin.
Yeah, except for Tobin.
And technically, except for Becky and Cal.
Well, I mean, I guess technically, also except for Tobin... No, never mind. Because Ross... not Tobin.
Technically, because they're in a time loop, a bunch of Tobins die, a bunch of Beckys and Cals die, but then Tobin gets on the outside.
Are Tobin, Becky, and Cal.
Yeah,
At the end, Tobin saves Becky and Cal from going in. At that point, if you think about how the time loop worked, so I guess if you were to go back to the first set of time, then Tobin would have gone in to get the dog before Becky and Cal would have gotten there. So there's no Ross and Natalie.
Yeah.
Once they break the time loop, because that already happened by the time Becky and the last Becky and Cal are going to go into the grass. That has already happened. So the last Ross and Natalie are no more. However, Tobin is out of the grass, out of the time loop, and the last Becky and Cal get saved. So that's good. Half the characters.
Yeah.
Exactly half. Well, besides the dog. So less than half, if you count the dog as a character. He's not, but you can.
I wish they would have put that on the cast page.
The dog.
Just put Goldie the dog as Freddy the dog.
Freddy 1, Freddy 2, Freddy 3, Freddy 4, Freddy 5.
All the Freddys.
Yeah.
I only say Goldie because he was a golden retriever.
Well, yeah. Oh, he's a golden retriever, by the way. I mean, that's not important, but... So, here's the thing, is that my cat decided it was cool to eat my computer charger. And
Denver just got a new cat.
And now, when I move my computer charger, it sparks. When I move it quickly. It's plugged in right now. Because obviously we're recording this.
Yeah, can you not set my new house on fire?
I won't. But when I move it, it sparks. So that's... I love cats.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Let me finish your sentence for you. So that's dangerous. Dangerous.
Also, a lot of things are going wrong in the electronic department with this podcast today.
Can I tell you something that I watched on, what's one of those HGTV shows? Property Brothers.
HGTV?
HGTV?
Yeah. HGTV.
Property Brothers. I was watching a Property Brothers episode the other day. I thought this was so dumb. I was watching a Property Brothers episode the other day, and there was a family that was trying to buy a house, and they had a golden retriever, and apparently, like, you can offer money, whatever, you know, obviously for the house, but I guess, like, people now, they, like, write letters to, like, the seller, and they include pictures of their family and, like, their animals and stuff, and they're like, hey, like, if you know, we can't offer you as much money as someone else probably, but this is the family we're going to be raising in your new house if you sell it to us. It's supposed to be, like, a cute thing.
Yeah.
You know what they said?
What?
What are their names? Jonathan and Drew? Yeah, Jonathan and Drew. Drew's, like, the real estate
Glad
one.
I could be here
And
for
Jonathan,
that conversation.
And Jonathan is, like, the construction one.
Yes.
So Drew, like, comes back and he's like, they accepted your offer. And he basically says, you didn't offer as much as everyone else, but they liked that you had a golden retriever.
That can't be how that works.
What?
That cannot be how that works.
They were like, yeah, he was like, yeah, they're in love with golden retrievers, and they just love that you were going to raise your family there with your golden retriever. I was like, what?
Is that really the criteria?
I was like, you turned down more money because this family had a golden retriever? Like, what?
My charger is just not functioning anymore.
Why don't you just get a new one?
Well, because the computer's
Oh my God.
on 4%. You know? Like, it's got to work today.
Yeah, like, we'll be okay.
Oh my God, I can smell it. Do you smell that?
No.
Oh, I smelled a little whiff. How do you think we're going to be okay? It's on 4%. It's fine, whatever, we'll continue.
Well, we'll
we're
be fine.
done at this point. Anything else you have to add about the movie?
I just didn't like it. That's basically it. You
Okay.
really don't need to. It's not scary. It's super confusing. Like, I mean, I guess it's cool because Stephen King's, like, a really good author, and it was a great idea behind the movie, but... and again, I did enjoy the simplicity of it, so... I only wasn't confused because I read it online as I was watching it, but if you are just watching it... no. It's very confusing for you. Travis, my fiance, was very confused. So, I mean... That's why I thought it was simple. And again, I do enjoy the simplicity of the minimal characters and only being in the grass and stuff.
However, overall, you did not like it.
No, I did not.
Okay, so for every movie on this podcast, we're going to give it a kernel factor.
A kernel rating.
A kernel rating,
Yeah.
which is essentially just how corny.
Tell them how I spelled
Wait, don't
kernel in my notebook.
Oh, so
earlier.
she spelled kernel. I opened her notebook. So she, like, wrote all of her notes for the movie down in a notebook. And she wrote kernel, Kernal. And I said,
That's how I
Kernel?
thought you spelled it. Kernel.
Kernel.
We're giving this a kernel rating.
So what's your kernel rating?
3 out of 10.
No, that doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be how corny the movie is.
Oh,
Corn? Popcorn?
yeah.
How corny? So then a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
The opposite.
Yes. 7 out of 10. Yes. Corny.
Cool. Glad we got that all sorted out before we started recording.
I just get confused.
I mean, I thought it said 1%. I was about to freak out.
I get confused easily. This is not news.
I think, I mean, I guess it was, I thought it was interesting overall. I thought it was an interesting movie. I thought the element of the time loop made it more interesting to watch.
Yeah.
If that wasn't a part of it, if they just went in the grass and they, like, had to figure out a way out, that would be boring.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was that corny. I think I'd say, like, 5 out of 10. So not super not corny, but kind of in the middle ground. But also, you don't need to watch it. Like, that's...
I just feel like you could be utilizing your time many different ways.
Like, if you just want to watch kind of a spooky-ish movie that's not too spooky.
Watch the Scream movies. Those were amazing.
Okay. Never mind. So yeah, I mean, I guess I liked it more than Erin did, but
Yeah.
she didn't. She hated it, so that's not saying much.
I mean, I didn't like hate it. It's just an hour and 45 minutes I'm never gonna get back, which is really upsetting for me. So I don't like to waste my time really. I don't know. I just could have been watching like Ellen videos or something. So
Okay.
I don't know.
So that's it. Anything else you got for the movie?
No,
No.
not really. It was just a lot. It was basically the same idea as the book. There was just no Travis, which is amazing. So
Yeah, that's mind blowing because he was a huge part of the movie. So
yeah.
I guess that's interesting. I'm glad you read that, so that you know.
Yeah.
Because I would have known that.
Yeah. I only
That's
read like the
interesting.
first 5 pages, but I read the synopsis on Wikipedia
Yeah.
or like the summary or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually gonna look up to see if I use that word correctly. Synopsis.
So not that's the like.
Is that the same thing
Summary.
as the summary?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
It's like the,
I'm
yeah.
still gonna look it up.
Okay.
Anyways. Yeah, so no, I don't have anything. But we're gonna start an email address. So if you guys have any, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
If you guys have any like comments
News
or
to me.
things you want to add or like things you want to talk about, we're also gonna start an Instagram too. So if you guys have anything else that you want to talk about or things you want to add, keep us posted. Or if you guys have suggestions for other things we should watch, that would be awesome. Because sometimes we struggle with like finding things. Because I can look up, online the best movies of all time, but I can only look at The Shawshank Redemption and The Godfather for so long. It's like, yeah, obviously we're gonna watch those, but come on, I need some new stuff.
Yeah.
So,
It's a good idea. This is news to me that we're doing this email, but it's a good idea.
oh yeah, it's a great idea.
Okay.
Sorry.
Shit my own heart right now.
But
That's a fantastic.
yeah, so if you guys have any other suggestions or anything, just let us know. But thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Of
Thank
course.
you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
And we're gonna do this podcast every Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday.
It's gonna be, either a movie or TV show. We have like a schedule set out.
Yes, next week we're talking about. Are we still gonna talk about that?
What do you mean?
Are we still talking about Ferris Bueller?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure.
So next week we're doing
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which
Okay.
I don't even have to watch because it's like my favorite movie of all time.
Well, I have never seen it, so
Okay,
That's
it's
interesting.
really good.
So yeah, tune in next week for that. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really know how to end a podcast. This is the
It's
first
okay. Just thanks for watching, you guys. We really appreciate it. And like I said, if you have anything you want to listen to us talk about, just let us know. And on my personal Facebook, I'll post like the new email address and the Instagram for it. So, and Deborah can post it on hers too.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.